Welcome back, everybody, to the Nosebleeds podcast. I'm Chris Witt, and with me, as always, is Mr. Adam Schmidt. Adam, how are you today, sir?
Couldn't be better. How are you?
But I'm doing fantastic. We've got ourselves a new guest on the show today. Going to be a sophomore in high school at the Elder High, a soon-to-be 3 years away from being an Elder alum like the two of us.
Right.
We went to school with his dad, his uncle, and this is Mr. Caleb Cantley. Mr. Caleb, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on here.
Absolutely, bud.
Happy to have
Absolutely.
you.
So, real quick, how many podcasts have you been on?
Well, I've recorded one with my friend, but we never really got around to editing it because we had been super busy. But I've been on a lot of broadcasts for Elder. I did the halftime and post-game show with my friend Dylan Akers for all of the Elder varsity football games. Well, most of the Elder varsity football games this past year. I did one soccer broadcast during the last year season. Soccer's not really my sport though, and
It's
that's pretty much
it's
been
a
the
difficult
extent
one
of
to, if you don't know it, if you don't know soccer really well, it's hard to broadcast. It's hard to call a game.
yeah. I my partner that I was broadcasting with was really helpful, along the way, like, all right, this is what's going on. Um I was, more the color commentator for that one, so I was just kind of like reacting to his leads and was able to I knew just enough to be like, yeah, he did a great job there. This is what they need to work on to win this game. So it's just a really cool experience being on an Elder broadcast, no matter what sports you're doing.
I'll tell you what, that's the coolest part to me. I saw you in at a halftime. It looked like you took off. You must have took off running from the cheering section, sprinted into wherever you were supposed to go, and then started doing the halftime show. It was pretty cool.
Almost. So we got I was keeping track of the stats so that we could make some graphics from the room right next door. And I was running back and forth from the printer and the room, making sure everybody had their papers to get ready for
Nice.
our notes on the halftime show. So it was some running around, but it wasn't quite from the cheering section.
Okay. I
Oh,
like it.
cool.
Yeah.
Little inside baseball on the broadcast there. That's
I
awesome.
like that. Yeah. So do you guys, when you guys call the game, when you guys are not calling the game, but you do the halftime, all the stuff you do, are you in the booth at the game? Or when you do the halftime, you're back in the Shaper Center?
So when we're doing the halftime show, we'll be back in the Shaver Center. We record that in the studio room. Um, and we record the halftime, postgame, and pregame show in there. But any commentating live during the game happens down at the press box on the field.
Nice. Have you done any baseball games?
I was not able to do any baseball games this year because I took on the role of student manager for the freshman team, which was a awesome experience, getting to hang out with the team at practice and getting to take some reps in like the batting cages and pointers from the coaches and being at all the games. It was a really, really awesome experience.
So Adam was a team manager for football and basketball when he was at school.
I wish I would have done baseball too.
I know, yeah. We have Adam Baum on all the time, who was the bullpen catcher. So kind of like kind of somewhat of a manager type
Hmm.
role for him. So we are pretty in depth on all that. Me, on the other hand, I did not. I did not do any of that. It sounds like I wish I would have because it sounds like it was a blast. I actually saw you this year at quite a few games. My nephew plays baseball on the freshman team. Well, played on
Uh,
the freshman team. Owen Gullett.
Owen go, yeah, I carpooled with him to and from games. He lives right nearby to me.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, nice.
yeah.
All right, so that being said, who's your favorite player on the freshman team?
You do not have to say
I'm
it.
totally kidding. I was trying to lob that up for you to say, well, Owen, of course, but no, you do not. Total joke. All the guys are cool. I know they're all good dudes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Yeah, I definitely couldn't pick just one. They're all super great. Definitely included me in everything. It was, if somebody, wasn't there, because we had a perfect amount of even guys. So, when you're warming up for a game, I'm just kind of standing there. But if somebody was out, it was immediately like there wasn't like a triangle. It was like, all right, you're tossing, like, come on, Caleb, you're gonna toss with me today. I need a partner. So that was
Yeah.
really cool. Um,
Nice.
yeah.
Good. That's awesome, man.
So the question is, are you gonna? So baseball is your favorite sport?
Oh, easily by far.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that makes Chris very happy. And I respect that too. Basketball is my favorite, but baseball is a close second. Um, so are you planning on being a manager again your sophomore year, or do you want to get into broadcasting baseball games?
I've decided to focus on the broadcasting the baseball games. I spent a lot of time thinking about it, but I ultimately decided that that's what I wanted to pursue, for, like a future standpoint, like what I enjoy doing the most. So I've decided to, broadcast more games, but it was definitely a decision to make.
You like do you want to do more like on camera stuff when you're broadcasting, especially baseball, or are you good behind the scenes, like doing the stats like you were doing in football? What do you want to do mostly?
My favorite role is definitely the talent role. I love to be, on camera, giving my opinions, telling everybody how I feel about every single play. Um, so I definitely look forward to commentating games this year. I've already talked to Mr. Dool, plan on getting me on the schedule a lot, so I'm really looking forward to it. But definitely the
That's cool.
commentating is
So
my favorite part.
are so then are you more of a play-by-play guy or more of a color guy?
Uh, It depends on the sport, but for baseball, I would definitely say I'm a play-by-play guy. Just because, I've loved the sport for so long. I've watched so many Reds games, so many just whenever I can, just watching any sport, any baseball game I can on my phone.
So Caleb, do you still play baseball? Do you still play baseball at all?
I do not. This was my last year playing baseball because although I was a freshman this year, I was only 14. I'm still 14, so I was age eligible to play for my eighth grade team. So me, one of my friends that homeschooled, and two of my other friends who were also in my situation where they were age eligible for the eighth grade team, we all played for St. Jude's eighth grade team this year, and it was awesome. Even though
Nice.
I did miss most of the games, being in London for the Elder Glee Club
Oh,
trip.
okay. Well, let's hear
Yeah.
about this. You got a trip to London? What'd you do in London? Were you calling World Cup games? Oh no, World Cup was here.
Yeah. I was there for the Elder Glee Club trip. Every 2 years,
Oh,
Elder takes a Glee Club trip over to London, and we toured around, sang songs in churches and places where people wanted to hear us, held some concerts, and saw all the sights we could. It was nonstop go go go, walking a bunch, but it was really really fun to experience everything that was over there and to hang out with all my
nice.
friends from the Glee Club.
Cool,
That's
man.
cool. You know what I would love to do if I was in charge of the Glee Club and we took a trip to London is I would have you guys practice a song with an English accent and do like an English accent the whole time.
No,
I think
but
that'd be so fun.
have you ever heard all the English guys when they
Yeah.
sing,
That sound right.
they sound Americanized or
No,
whatever.
this is really funny. I've had this debate with two people on in the Glee Club. So Charlie Pilley, senior, just graduated, super awesome guy, plays the guitar, really cool. Drove me home from school some days because I can't drive yet and he lives right by me. So
Okay.
when he was playing one of his playlists, one of the titles had the word color in it, but it was spelled the British way. And so I pointed it out and I said, "Hey, look, they spelled color the British way." And I took note of that because it was interesting because they didn't have an accent on any of their words. And now that I think about it, the Beatles, they're from London, they sound American. and we had this guy come down from UC to because we went there and sang a few songs at a concert in UC, and he had an English accent. But every time he sang to, tell us, all right, this is what you're trying to do here, it would be so sounded like just every American singer, like the most American singer you can think of, sounded just like him. So
I
we,
totally agree.
yeah,
Adele's the same way.
Yeah.
Adele's got a really hardcore British accent, but when she sings, just sounds like she grew up in, Delaware or something.
Del
right,
High.
Adele High.
right.
That's cool. Yeah, I always forget about that.
Uh-huh.
You don't think about that until you
Yeah.
hear like a band like talk in an interview or something, and you're like, what?
Yeah. What's it? Ed Sheeran, same way. Ed
Ed
Sheeran's he's a
Exactly.
Scot or a Brit or something, and when he sings, he sounds totally normal.
Yeah.
So that would be fun then. Then you guys need to next time you guys go, you need to speak with your American accent and then sing in a British accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, folks, here we come. Oh man. All right. So you were in London, so you missed a few games. How long were you in London?
Spent 2 weeks in London.
2 weeks, man. That's awesome. All right. So you get back from London, baseball. Did you just recently get back, or did you get to finish out the season with baseball?
It's actually a really funny story. So we were gone for the 2 weeks. That was like the prime. Of course, the 2 weeks we were gone is like the prime middle chunk of the season. That's when everything's going
Mhm.
on. But so we get back from London, and it was like June the 6th, we get back from London. June the 7th is our last game of the season. So jet lagged, exhausted, slept for, an entire day on the plane. Me sets my alarm for the next morning and be like, all right, I got to get up. Well, actually the game was at 1, but I still had to, get up, eat breakfast and lunch and get ready for our game. So I get up and I go, and even Kent Sokolis was one of my friends at Elder who also was age eligible, and he was in the Glee Club when on the London trip. Me and him both show up and we're like, all right, last game of the season. We're both tired, but we're gonna make it happen. So, I'm catching. Catching is, what I love. I love catching. Um, Hot. It's crazy hot. Like July
Yeah.
sun, prime July sun or June sun. And so I'm in all my gear back there, and I'm like, all right, I got this. So I go through the first couple innings, and their third base coach was one of those guys who it's like he's saying things to his team, but he's tearing you down at the same time. There was a runner on first base, and he says, "What are you doing? Why haven't you stolen yet? This guy's not throwing you out." Like,
Oh, don't like that. I don't like
so this
that.
Yeah.
this guy steals second, pitch down away in the dirt. I wasn't able to handle it and had to go get up chase it. He takes second. So now he's on second. Coach says something similar. Great pitch from the pitcher. I get it, throw it down to third, and this guy's halfway when he realizes third baseman's already holding the ball. So he just turns around and runs back. And the coach was like, oh, oh. So then we keep going, and there's a runner on second. Ball is lined into left. My friend scoops it up, makes a great one hop throw home. I scoop it, and I'm holding my glove out. This guy wasn't even near home. So I'm waiting. And instead of, accepting that he was out, trying to run back or sliding, he decides that he's going to lower his shoulder and deck me as hard as he can. So,
Whoa.
I go flying. The umpire sees the ball pop out of my glove, and he calls him safe. So I'm upset. Like he has to slide. The rule of if you don't slide into home, you're out was made for this situation because
Yep.
my head slammed back. So I'm hurt and mad, and so I told this umpire, "What's going on, man? This is like he's supposed to be out." My coach comes out. He talks to the umpire. The other coach comes out. So there's this whole thing. He ends up being called out. The call ends up being overturned, called out. This home
Yeah.
plate umpire, you know, did a great job. He was his strike zone was very consistent and did a really good job. But he was a deer in headlights kind of guy. Like, if the coach said something to him, he was
Mhm.
kind of just like, So this whole confrontation happened. So he's kind of like shaken up, like, did I do the right thing? He did do the right thing. You know, he saw the ball pop out of my glove, and he thought, well, he dropped the ball. He's safe. And then we explained the rule to him, called him out. He did the right thing.
Nothing wrong. Perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
He did a great job. So then I get up to bat the next inning, and the first pitch is up and in, and I'm like, oh goodness, here we go. Because this team was a very like, I'm mad that you guys are beating us team. So, you know, after I
Okay.
get super mad at I didn't say anything to their players, but you could tell like I was upset at this team for the way
Yeah.
their coach was acting and the way the player decided to run home. And so I'm thinking, I'm gonna give this guy the benefit of the doubt, but he threw it up and in at my head twice. So I still think it was an accident. So I ended up drawing a walk, and I get up to bat the next inning. The ending score of this game was like 20-13. The runs were
Holy cow.
Yeah, the runs were just piling on. So I get up to bat the next after I walk, and I love pitches down and in because I love to just, drop my bat and just drive it the other way. And so he throws me a pitch down and in. I turn on it down the line, barely stays fair. And, it stays fair and then it bounces off into the foul territory. And so, I'm rounding third, and the right fielder kind of like jogs over, gives it a half look, and then decides he doesn't want to find it. So he throws his hands up. And as I cross home plate, the umpires just make me go back to second. So I was super mad. I
Oh,
thought I had just hit a home run.
oh my
And then
gosh.
I have to be told that I have to go back to second.
Oh man. That's
So
terrible.
as far
Did you
as
end up scoring?
oh, I did end up scoring. Yeah, my friend got a
Okay,
hit,
good.
brought me in. So it
Yeah.
ended up being good, but I thought by the end of the game, I was thinking, as far as final games go, I couldn't
Yeah.
have asked for a more memorable one. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome,
No
man.
it was a
kidding.
great season.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for
Cool.
you.
Yeah.
That's cool. Wow, man. So, end of the baseball season. Baseball's done. Uh, the elder freshman team had a great year. Uh, what is so your next step then is football. That's the next thing going on. Well, before we get to football, let's do this. You're a big baseball guy. Of all of the All-Star games in all the major sports, which one? I mean, I think we all know the answer. There's only one that still has one that's even tolerable to watch, and that's the baseball All-Star game. Do you agree?
Yes, I
So,
agree that the game, baseball is the best, but I believe that the festivities, like, before the game, I think football does a really good job. But I mean, the home run derby can't beat the home run derby. But football also does a really good job of the festivities.
yeah, they do. That's very true. I'll give you that. Yeah, they do all the little games that they play and
Yeah.
the tug of war and the quarterbacks do all their games. They do a good job. That is true. But the best game is the
Yeah.
All-Star game. Did you watch the All-Star game in the home run derby?
Home run derby. I'm still a little bit disappointed that it was exclusively on Netflix. So I was not able to watch the home run derby.
Whoa, you don't have Netflix.
No, I'm not. We had Spectrum, so I was thankfully able to watch the All-Star game.
Yes.
But we did not have Netflix. Um,
Gotcha. Well,
Sorry.
just let me tell you this. They changed the rules. Have you heard about this? They
the
changed the rules.
home run derby rules.
Yep.
Oh,
So the
they
first,
changed it back to the swing rule instead. You get 20 swings, right?
yeah, you got 20 swings in the first round, 15 in the second, and 15 in the final. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Tell them hi. Say hi. What's up, little man?
Wanna say hi? Look, got the
Hey,
podcast
hey,
on.
what's this guy's name?
This is Ellis. He's our neighbor. He's hanging out with us.
Talking about baseball?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I play baseball.
Did you
too.
watch? Did you watch the home run derby or the All-Star game?
Nope.
No.
But I
Okay,
do
it's
play
all right.
baseball.
Who
He
do you play
plays
baseball
baseball.
for?
Oak Hills.
Oh, Kills. Okay, okay. Who's your coach?
Coach Reed.
Ah, Coach Reed. All right. I'll have to ask him about you.
Chris knows everybody in Oak Hills baseball.
Not everybody. Not everybody. Just kidding.
No,
That's
wait,
awesome,
your name is
man.
Chris?
What grade are
Your
you
name is
in?
Chris?
My name's Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dad's name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Good
His real
name.
name is Christopher, but we call him Chris for short.
Dude, you'll never guess this, but my real name is Christopher. And they call me Chris for short.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
It's like we're the same person, bro. What's your last name, buddy? Oh, you don't have to say that on here. You don't have to do that. Never mind. I was trying to figure out who your dad was. This will go out all over the place. We don't want to do that. I'm just kidding. Hey, so I, I want to ask you, Caleb. We'll talk about the All-Star game since that's what you got to see.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So 27 strikeouts. Are you happy with how the All-Star game went this year? Do you wish there was more offense? Are you okay with the defensive game? Do you like a pitching style game? Tell me what your thoughts are, bro.
I, always tell my friends this is why like baseball is my favorite sport because you're either gonna have, a slug off and it's gonna be, 13-3, or it's gonna be like that Mets Royals game and it's gonna go to extra innings, like total runs of like 25. Or you're gonna have, Hunter Green going 7 innings versus Zach Wheeler, and it's gonna be, one run wins it all. I mean, we had Chase Burns versus Jacob Mizorowski, and that,
Dude, that
that
was
was
awesome.
that
Mhm.
that was like one run through like 6 innings or something like that. Because, South Stewart Rookie of the Year home run.
That's right.
And so I
So,
was definitely I was okay with, the American League pitching doing as amazing of a job as they did. I it was the All-Star game, so I was, hoping for few more runs, especially from the NL, like Schwarber and all those power hitter guys. But I definitely was down to see, Dylan Cease get 3 strikeouts in the first inning. And, the momentum was just there for the American League the whole time. They have some great pitchers in that league.
it's unbelievable. They are loaded. That is a fact. They are loaded.
Mhm.
The National League has good pitching too. I am similar to you. I would rather see a 2-1 game than a 10-9 game. That's just me personally. I love watching it. Baseball is so hard, and to watch a pitcher command a strike zone, mix pitches, mix speeds, and just absolutely dominate the best hitters in
Yeah.
all of the world is awesome. That's an awesome thing to see.
Yeah, for sure. What I also thought was really interesting, like Shohei Ohtani, he wasn't playing. You have hitters for the NL, and pitchers for the NL too. We didn't get to see Chase Burns, Jacob Mizorowski, Paul Skeens did not pitch, I don't believe. Um, it's so interesting how, the team's schedule, like it's just thrown in the middle of the season. So it's like some teams are like, we need our pitcher to rest. It makes the
Yep,
All-Star
he's got
game
it.
really interesting.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that too for all the sports. It on paper it would make more sense to have the All-Star games at the end of the season. I know you run into, there are a couple teams that have played for so long. All they want to do is go on vacation after the season ends. They don't want to have to wait another week and play another game, especially if it doesn't mean anything. But it makes the most sense because then you have the entire body of work for the whole season. You get like the true all stars because there are guys who had great first halves that might fall off in the second half, and guys who had not so good first halves that are going to have great second halves. And at the end of the season, you're like, holy cow, this guy wasn't a Hunter Green didn't pitch in the first half, but he was the best pitcher in the National League in the second half. It's crazy that he wasn't an all star this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's just that's always very interesting to me. So what did you? And by the way, I'm so tired of the American League winning this game.
It's so annoying.
It's
so annoying.
They've won like 30 of the last 35. It's not that many, but
It feels like it's close to it.
it feels like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Caleb, how old are you? You said you're 14?
I'm
I
14.
bet
Yep.
the National League's won twice in the last 14 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they won it last year, and
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like when I've watched the All-Star game, because before seventh and eighth grade, I wasn't fully like I didn't have like the full dive into like MLB where I'm tracking player stats and waiting for the All-Star game because of how fun it is. But now that I've started you know looking forward to the All-Star game, I realize like the NL has like really good players on paper, but the AL just always seems to like, you know, our pitchers are going to dominate you and our hitters are going to do great. It's just it has definitely, surprised me. Like I feel like the NL and should, be winning a little bit more.
Are you always rooting for the National League because of the Reds, or do you just want to see your favorite players play well and that's it?
Well, I like the Reds. Obviously, they're my favorite, above all. But my uncle lives in Maryland, so I like to cheer for the Orioles. And also, as a
Okay.
catcher, when Adley Rutschman was coming up, I got into the whole like, oh, Adley Rutschman's going to be a great catcher. Um, but then I also like the Rays a little bit. I don't know why. Just I kind of like their players. I like their roster. So obviously, I wanted the NL to win. I wanted to see Sal Stewart, as a rookie in the All-Star game, do
Yeah.
well. But I I want the National League to win, but I'm not going to complain if the NL wins. I mean the AL.
Sure.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same.
I agree. I root for the NL just because of the Reds, but in the end, the All-Star game is just fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun for me. And now that a lot of people don't like the interviews, the in-game interviews, a lot of
Those
people
are
don't
the
like that.
best.
I agree with you.
I agree too. I'll tell you,
There's a lot of people that don't like them.
yeah, I love them, except sometimes when there's a guy batting or even the pitcher and catcher, like those guys, it gets a little clunky, like it gets kind of tough for those guys to be able to answer questions because they have to be locked into the next pitch right away. And the pit, like, there's 30 seconds or whatever between pitches, but the whole time you're doing so, like you have like as soon as you let that ball go, the pitcher can answer a question that was just asked and be like, oh, or just say, oh, that one, got away from me a little bit or whatever. And then like he's dialed back in kind of, and they're trying to ask him another question, and they either have to wait for his next pitch or he's like trying to hurry up and give a quick answer or whatever. But
Clayton Kershaw, John Smoltz,
yeah,
greatest ever.
that was great.
What do you want me to throw, Smoltzy? Throw the cutter.
Yeah.
Throws the cutter. Oh, this is the greatest thing in the world. That was awesome last year.
I was just about to say, I think Clayton was that last year?
I think it was it last? Yeah, I think it was last year. It
Yeah, I was
Kershaw's
just about to
last-
bring
yeah.
that up. The only time I've ever seen a player do well while mic'd up and like actually enjoy being mic'd up and still be able to perform was Clayton Kershaw. Like I mean, the amount of highlight reels we could probably find on players making errors while mic'd up. I mean, there's that I think it was Ernie Clement or maybe Max Muncy at third base, bobbled the ball when he was mic'd up. But it was, and then Kyle Schwarber struck out while mic'd up. It's like
Yeah.
these players that are like immediately in the action while you're trying to like double task. It's really tough. But then you mic'd up PCA in center field this year. The ball didn't get hit his way, and you had a great interview mid game. You got to hear his thought process of, we got this hitter up, or this is where we need to shift. Played like it was a actual like quality interview for the game because he wasn't trying to, all right, I'm trying to blow this one by his bat, so I got to think about that while trying to answer the question.
I love it. It's the All-Star game. Like it's not a big deal. Like
That's true.
people make such a big deal about it. These stats don't go towards anything for them, and they have to agree to be mic'd up, so they're probably into it. I love when an outfield when a ball gets hit to the outfield and the outfielder's running like crazy and he's out of breath trying to and he's talking while he's running. I love that stuff, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
You get the little grunt when he's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. I love the All-Star game. Love it, love it, love it. All right.
You know what?
Catching. You're a catcher?
Yeah.
Do you have your own gear?
I got my
What
own
kind of
gear
gear
this
you got?
year. I got this really cool red,
Nice.
white, and blue chest plate, red helmet, red, white, and blue knee pads. So this whole
What brand? Rawlings?
I do not know what brand it is. My dad got it for me just
Nice.
recently. I never thought to, check the brand. I was just super excited to have it.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool. And the red, white, and blue too.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome.
I love it.
Oh,
I
man.
love it.
My son catches a little bit for our team. And so I got it. I have 5 catchers, 5 kids that like to catch on my team.
Really?
Yeah, I know it's
That's
crazy.
a lot.
And none of them like love it, but they all are good catchers. So anyway, we play and all these catchers are like, am I catching today? Yeah, you're catching today. All right, I gotta go put my cup in. And, what do you mean you don't have your cup in? Stuff? Parker, my son sleeps in his cup sometimes. We play on Saturdays and we gotta wake up and play on Sunday. He just wakes up, he's still got all his stuff on, he's ready to go. That is the thing I've learned about kids and catchers these days, especially catchers. How many kids don't wear a protective cup? You take care of yourself.
Call me crazy. I've never worn a cup in my life.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. You guys are
I
nuts.
hope you have an extra long chest protector.
Yeah, freshman year, kid named Derek Bess. I'll never forget this. Derek Bess is at third base, tryouts at Elder. He got hit in the cup 3 times by ground balls at Dunham. 3 times.
3 times.
3 times. I don't understand the kids these days. I don't understand you guys. You don't make any sense to me. No, anyway. All right. Well, that's awesome, bro. So, what's your favorite lunch at Elder?
Favorite lunch? I love the burrito bowls that they serve on Tuesdays, along with the tacos. That's what I had. That's what I had on my shadow day, and
Yeah.
I love it when they serve when they have Taco Tuesdays.
That's awesome. Taco Tuesdays.
Did they have?
Dude, we didn't have nothing like that when we were there.
We had pizza and I don't know.
Cheeseburgers were pretty good. Cheeseburgers are pretty good.
Cheeseburgers and pizza. That's what they had.
They had purple ketchup. We used to have purple ketchup.
Really?
Yeah, on Purple Fridays.
I
Do
don't-
you remember purple
no,
ketchup?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
we had purple ketchup. Yeah.
I don't want to know what they
Oh.
did to make that possible.
Oh, speaking of Fridays, I'm changing my answer. They're boneless wings. I love wings. Love
Man,
sauce.
let's go. Elder stepped their game up in the last 25 years.
They got, buckets that they throw the thing and nugs in. They throw in a scoop of sauce and they just shake it up right in front of you and they dump it back into their, the little cardboard boats that, the
Yeah.
fries come in, the tender, like everything comes in at school
Yeah.
lunches. Just throw it back in there and you got, 8 or 9 boneless nugs.
Ooh, dude, that's nice. Man,
It's awesome.
I wonder if they would let me go
Just come
there
have
at
lunch?
lunchtime.
yeah, just go have lunch. So when we were at Elder, they had the lunch line where you got that, and then they had like a little convenience store
Mhm.
in the back where you could get just like a bag of chips or like a Coke, something like that. Do they still do that?
I think the room is still there. They've turned it into the pizza place now. So the pizza's in the back.
You
And
get
then
pizza every day? You can get pizza every day.
you can get pizza every day. Every single day.
That's-
Every single day you can get pizza, chicken tenders, a cheeseburger or a hamburger, a spicy chicken sandwich. Those are the options that are there every day. And then there will be stuff that they make once a week or once a month, whatever they have.
Yeah,
in-
some
in
special.
line. Yeah.
So I obviously went to Elder 25 years too early. Pizza every day. Oh my gosh. That would be the greatest thing in the world for me. All right. So I was gonna say I had something else mixed in there and I can't remember what it was. Thinking about lunches at Elder, and God, you got pizza every day. I can't get that out of my head. Man,
Yeah.
I packed a lot though. I didn't always eat. I packed a lot
I
until I
packed
got
a
a
lot.
job. When I got my own job, then I started buying lunch like my junior and senior year.
Yeah.
I only buy lunch once a week.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, so they only serve boneless wings every third Friday. So I'll look ahead at the schedule and be like, all right, it's honestly more of a morning of thing or night of. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
well, we don't have great things to pack. We just ate all the leftovers, and the next meal isn't going to be ready until tonight when mom makes another delicious meal. So all
Oh
right,
boy.
I'll go ahead and buy today, see what they got, and if their specialty wasn't something I like, well then I got, hamburger or pizza or chicken tenders. So they do a really good job of providing the food you need.
That's awesome. All the kids at Oak Hills just talk about Bosco sticks. You ever heard of Bosco sticks?
They got some at Elder and they served them at Jude. Yeah. You can
Yeah,
get like
everybody talks about the Bosco sticks, man. My wife bought a box of Bosco sticks from Oak Hills, and we have them in the freezer. And the kids will just heat them up throughout the day. It's just a giant cheese stick.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a giant cheese. It's got like the mozzarella, peely cheese. They like stuck that and wrapped it in dough, and that's basically
Okay.
what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
they deep fried it and threw it in a little plastic or paper bag and sold it.
Yep,
Wow.
yep. I have the paper bags too.
Yeah.
Yep. We got the paper
See ya?
bags too.
Telling you.
Yeah, yeah, yep. Good old Bosco sticks. Anyway, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Let's talk about so we talked about the All-Star game. Let's talk about guys who might have been deserving of being an All-Star but did not make the team.
So we're gonna go top four. How about like a Mount Rushmore?
Let's call it a Mount Rushmore.
All
All
right.
All-Star.
faces on the Mount Rushmore. Yes, go.
We don't say the S word though.
No. We don't say the S word here. The it's a four-letter word. We don't say that word here. It's just guys who were just barely on the outside looking in. They deserve to be on just as much as some of the other guys, but you know what? Some years you're gonna get it, some years you're not. You either have 10 more RBIs and be a no doubter, or you just might miss out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Would you like to go first, Caleb?
All right, I'll start it off. My first guy I got for my Mount Rushmore, he's been an All-Star at least a few times in his career. I got Brian Reynolds. I think he deserved it. He was second for most games played this year. He scored the second most amount of runs, 18th in hits, 7th in walks, and he's batting at 283. Like, you're talking about a guy who's been playing for about as long as I've been into, loving the Reds. Every time we play the Pirates, it's like, oh, Brian Reynolds up again. Count on a home run right here. Kills us. And to think that he's having another great productive season and he didn't get the All-Star nod this year, I definitely think that he deserved it.
All right. All right. That's number one. Who's your number two?
My number two guy, I got Bryce Terang for the Brewers. I think he is a great hitter. And he's one of those under the radar guys. Like, you don't really notice that he's, the top three ranked second baseman in the league. But then you look at his stats, he's fourth in doubles and runs scored. He batting, mid 200s, and he's got 14 home runs. He was riding a 9-game hitting streak earlier this year. I think he, you know, definitely one of the best second basemen in the league, if not, the National League.
Completely agree. Completely agree. All right. Number three.
Number three, I got Jonathan Oranda for the Rays, another infielder. He was 11th in RBIs going into the All-Star break, and he's also 11th in average, batting a 297, and he has the 15th most hits I mean, you RBI machine, always, coming up clutch when the Rays need it. I mean, you had some of the best contact hitters in the league on the Rays. Yandy Diaz and Jonathan Aranda as a 1-2 punch. That's lethal. And then, I mean, if one of those guys get on, you got Junior Caminero to clean it all up. He was, sending bombs in the home run derby.
Yeah, it
So I
was.
think I think he definitely was just on the outside of being an all-star. And then my last guy I got, now I looked at the pitchers and I realized that Sandy Alcantara was not an all-star this year. He has the most innings pitched in the league and the fifth best record in baseball. I mean, his ERA ballooned a little bit. It's up near it's up in the threes, I believe. But I mean, his dominant stretch, especially to begin the year, and his record's 10-5. Those are just the 5 games that make his ERA not look amazing. Because when Sandy Alcantara is the pitcher where he's 10-5. Those 10 games, dominant, like one of the best pitchers that you could possibly face. And then those other 5 games, it's like he's serving up meatballs, just trying to boost the hitter stats. So I think he definitely could have been a guy to make the All-Star game.
I totally agree. I like all those.
Those are all really
I
good
like all
things,
those.
yeah. And the analysis.
Yeah, that's the best part.
You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear that much from us.
When we started this
prepared.
podcast, Caleb, we would do hours of research before we did it. I'd have papers printed off. We did all kinds of stuff. That was before I had kids. That was before we coached as much as we coach now. That's like basically our lives is coaching. And the prep doesn't get as solid as that, bro. That was solid.
Yeah.
Well, way to come in ready to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna use Bryce Terang on mine. I mean, obviously, dude's a stud, and we get to see him way too often.
Yeah.
So, as a Brewer, it's as a Reds fan, it's hard for me to see how he got missed.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go Zach Wheeler, 10-1 on the year, 2.13 ERA, 108 strikeouts. He got invited as an injury replacement, but does that count? That's what I wanted to ask.
It doesn't because he declined it.
Right.
Yeah.
So since he didn't get asked originally, he said, "Nah, I'm good."
Right.
So, but does that still a snub because they eventually asked him anyway? Can I keep him on there?
I think it's still. I mean, you just said the curse
Oh,
word.
sorry, the curse. We don't say the SNUB word.
But I think it is because he's like screw you guys because
Yeah.
I should have been on. You're not just gonna throw me in there because somebody got hurt.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
reminds me of the Pete Alonso stunt that he pulled last year. He's like, "Well, I'm not going to participate in the home run derby if you don't let me play in the All-Star game."
Uh-huh.
So, he ended up causing somebody else to not make it. He didn't even win the home run derby.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Oh,
I'm not hitting in the home run derby unless you put me in it. I'm going Wilson Contreras, who did hit in the home run derby,
Mm-hmm.
but was left off the list on the year. So I'm going to go with him. And my last one is kind of a different cat. Not a lot of people know. White Sox shortstop, Colson Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
Colson Montgomery, now the shortstops in the AL are insane. Don't get me wrong. This dude's got 50 RBIs and 21 bombs. He's got better numbers than what's that guy's name? Murakami. There you go. Who had 20 homers, but in less games, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's crazy. And Murakami, another guy, swung in the home run derby, got left off the All-Star list. I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if I would be into that.
No.
I don't think I would hit in the home run derby unless I was in the All-Star. I want to be at the All-Star. I don't want. I would have to do that. I would have to been asked to be in the home run derby. Otherwise, you may not remember this guy because it's from a long time ago. But there was a fella by the name of Willie Mo Pena. Used to play for the Reds. Willie Mo Pena was the biggest son of a gun you ever seen in your life. And when he hit the ball, it stayed hit. It didn't come down. but he couldn't hit a breaking ball to save his life. He hit a fastball, couldn't hit a breaking ball to save his life. The shows he would put on during batting practice were insane. Insane. I'd have that dude hit in every single home run derby.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a weekend off, you get a little long week, three days off in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
And you're playing 162 games season, I'm probably taking those days off and not just going to go hit.
Yeah. Yeah. And Caleb, this reminds me of, I told you I'm a basketball first guy. It's like the slam dunk competition.
So bad.
It's you want to see like the biggest, like the best players in it who are good dunkers. We for years we wanted to see LeBron James. Nobody wants to see him do the dunk contest now, but for years we wanted to see that, and he never did it, and it was always a big thing. Is he going to do it next year? A couple times he even said he would get like pumped up at the what they were watching it, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing it next," and then he would decide not to do it. But I just want the best home run hitters to be in the home run derby. I don't care if they're all-stars or not. I don't care if we've never heard of them or not. I want the best dunkers in the world. I don't care if they're not even in the NBA.
Well, that was the thing. So, all right, Caleb, this is what happens on this podcast. Is sometimes we get off on a tangent.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be the guy middleman on this. Here's the problem that I have with the dunk contest not being NBA players.
Okay.
Nobody knows who they are. Nobody's gonna tune in to watch.
Until you see on social media how much better it is with the actual best dunkers in the world.
Okay, I'm for it.
Yeah.
I've seen that they have dunk competitions. They have a dunk competition league.
Yeah.
And those guys are insane. They're raising the rim up to like 13 feet and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Caleb?
I think you guys bring up like it's a really good point, but I think that as long as they have like because all of these dunkers now are using social media to like this is who I am, this is what I do, and I just want to dunk and I want to show people that I love dunking. So I think that if we brought it like if we used a mix of exciting NBA players who are good at dunking and the social media guys who are good at dunking, where people would, still know who they are, and all the influencers fans would be like, I'm all excited about this, and they would, want to go watch the home run derby. Home run derby, the dunk contest, because now you got, in big named influencers who people, have been watching all their videos for however long they've been posting. Plus, they get to, interact and hang out with and dunk against actual NBA dunkers. Like, I think it would definitely bring a lot more excitement to the dunk contest.
Each round be a NBA player versus a professional dunker. I think you might get some better NBA guys to actually jump in on this to kind of be like, yo, this is the league. You guys might think you're the best, but come over to the league and we're going to show you how to do it, just like with the and one stuff and all that.
Mm-hmm. They do need to figure out a way to get bigger players that people know more excited about doing the dunk contest. But I even brought all that up to say, would you want to see the same thing in the home run derby? Like, would you want to see guys who even, they can be major league players, or maybe there's a guy in AA or something who's a monster. And in batting practice, he's hitting 500-foot home runs consistently. Would you want to see a couple of those guys in there because they're going to put on an even better show?
I had never even considered that, but now that you bring it up, I think that would be a really good idea. Because, I only follow the Reds pipeline because I'm a Reds fan, but, guys like just a big old power hitting catcher like Duno that we got down in AAA right now, like to have even if you just decided to tack on to the MLB home run derby and just do a single A, double A, and triple A home run derby right before it, like the UFC fights where you got the sub, like you got the first card and then you got the main card all leading up to the main event. You could do something like that where, you get all the best minor league power hitters Like, they don't have to be all around guys. They don't have to be guys, batting huge numbers. They just have to, know how to hit a lob that's tossed to them by their friend and send it 500 feet. Because then you got a show, and then you got the home run derby.
I feel like we need to get the three of us on a Zoom call with Rob Manfred.
Yeah.
And pitch all these ideas because we got some serious stuff.
I like these. I
This
like
is
that.
good.
Yeah. I like that.
I love
I like
all that
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. That's very, very good.
Solving the world's issues. At least the sports world's issues.
And that's the most important part.
I like it. All right, you got to give yours.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll make it easy. So you guys, between the two of you already said three of them. Okay. So I had Bryce Terang, Ryan Reynolds, and Zach Wheeler all on mine. The last guy I'm putting on there, not necessarily fourth in a row, but or in order, but a guy that I was surprised to see. He's had a great year, and he's been a really good pitcher for a really long time. And he's a former Cincinnati Red, who I'm sure we all loved. I'm sure the two of us at least loved him. Sonny Gray.
Oh my gosh.
Is having such a good year for the Red Sox.
Can I take Sandy Alcantara off and put Sonny Gray on there?
Did you have Sandy Alcantara on there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I totally forgot about Sonny Gray. I saw him earlier today, and because he has been insane this year.
11-1, 2.54 ERA, 1.10 WHIP.
Jeez.
He is, and I want to say his last start, maybe his second last start before the break, was like Hunter Green's before it was like so dominant, unbelievable. I've always loved the guy. I loved him in Oakland before, and then when the Reds got him, the Reds got Sonny Gray, and then he was really good here.
That was that COVID year. The Reds had the pitching. The Reds had that COVID year. So, do you get onto the social media stuff? Do you follow Trevor Bauer at all?
I don't follow him, but whenever I see news about him pop up somewhere or something, I'm always interested.
So Trevor Bauer is this insane junkie about statistical things and how to make a ball move and doing every single thing in his mechanics to be as precise as possible to get the most out of every single pitch. It's insane how his brain works. So Sonny Gray is the opposite. Sonny Gray is just like, yo, throw me a ball, homeboy, whap, 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 I'll make things happen. So when they're with the Reds, they sat down and did an interview together, and Trevor Bauer's like, I hate him. He doesn't even know spin rate. I was talking about spin rate. He didn't even know what I'm talking about. He's got the highest spin rate on the team. He doesn't even know what he's doing. I had to work just to get to this spin rate that I'm at. He walks out and he's got a higher spin rate than me. He does not. He's confused. He didn't know when I told him his numbers, he didn't know if it was good or bad. Trevor Bauer's getting visibly upset. Sonny Gray's this old Cali dude, just like, I don't know, man. Anyway, great interview if you ever get to see it.
It's like all the jokes for the NBA. It's like all the jokes about Nikola Jokic. Like he doesn't want to be out here. Like he doesn't look like he cares at all. But he's still one of the best players in the league. He's just kind of here. It feels like he's just kind of here. He's just this is just his 9 to 5.
That's it. Yep. They won the championship, and they interview him immediately after, and he goes, well, now the job is done. That's and then he's like, I want to go home and play with my horses.
Play with my horses.
That's it.
That's all his horses.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good.
Okay, we better not keep this young man too much longer here. Caleb, this has been so awesome for us. It's good to have somebody on who is who can talk to, especially for Chris, who can talk like baseball at a high level and knows what they're talking about. And it's so much fun to have people on like that. And we got a couple of guys that come on regularly. We don't really have a baseball guy, right? Because we lost Bobby
Nightingale.
Bobby Nightingale. Yes. Yeah. We had a guy that covered the Reds for a while, and then he moved to Minnesota, and he's covering the Twins now. But since he's been gone, we haven't had anybody.
Yeah.
So we would love to have you back. I really want to see once the school year gets going and you get to broadcast some stuff, and then maybe even like into next baseball season, because I want to see what your experience is like. And I go to, a bunch of the elder baseball games, but when I can't go, I like to try to dial it in and see. So I look forward to hopefully hearing you on the broadcast, and then I'll even be watching, JV games too if Owens, yeah, on the JV team.
Yeah.
So whatever you get to do, we'll see it. But hopefully even before then, we'll have you on again if you're up for it. Loved
Yeah.
it.
I would love to come back. This was really fun and it was a great time. Again, thank you for letting me do this.
Thank you for coming and doing it with us. And again, I can't wait to hear how the season, how this year goes on the broadcasting side. That's the only thing I wanted to do when I was in high school. I wanted to be Marty Brenneman. That's what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wanted to do play-by-play. Elder didn't have. Elder used to before us. They had a bunch of like equipment up in the up in the tower.
Yep.
But they didn't do anything. We didn't have a club or classes or anything. And I always wanted to do that, and I wish they did. Adam went to a broadcasting school. I signed up for a broadcasting school and didn't go. But no, that was something we've always wanted to do. So we're super jealous of you, bro. Super jealous. It's awesome.
It's all Mr. Dole. I mean, he went to Elder and he graduated like 2010 or 2011. He like graduated when I was born or something. And now he's back and like teaching and changing the way that we broadcast games. And we're like, I've talked to him and he's said stuff in the class that he's taken like this is like something like only Elder has been doing. Like it is just a fully student run broadcast. We do the commentating, we're running the cameras, we're doing the directing, telling everybody, all right, we're gonna take this shot next. And Mr. Dool's just kind of, there on standby in case something goes downhill. Every other school, they have the teacher, on the headboard saying this is what we're going to do next and taking control, and they got teachers or adults doing the commentating, which we do for football just because that's how it's been for a really long time, but we do student commentated football games a few times a year, and it's really it's awesome.
Yeah, it's the Elder News Network is what all of that is, right? It's under that network, and it's gotten better. It's gotten so much better, even individual. Like each time I watch these, because like they've been broadcasting football games on the internet for a while before they even had ENN, but when they started ENN, and then each year, it's gotten better and better graphics. It's everything's more crisp, everything's working like a lot better. It's better all the time, and it's super impressive.
Yeah.
And that's Chris was kind of saying that like it's exactly why we do this podcast, because we wanted to do something like that. We both had like the same dream of being in sports broadcasting when we were your age. And we kind of dabbled in it a little bit, but then once podcasts became a thing, we were like, oh, let's give it a shot. Yeah. And we still don't really know what we're doing all these years, like almost a decade in, but we love it. And because we wanted to call games, or we wanted to be on like sports talk radio, that's what we wanted to do so bad. So this is our like following our dream, and we don't get paid for it. We're not super great at it. It doesn't matter. We love doing this.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
Not for the
So
money.
if you get a chance to do this, do it.
Absolutely. I love everything, broadcasting, podcasts, just talking about sports. It's awesome.
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed. Tell Mr. Dool to get you a podcast going. You got to work on that.
There you go.
You got 2 subscribers right here. First 2 subscribers.
Right away.
Sounds
We'll
good.
be there. I'll be there, brother.
All right, Caleb.
Thanks a lot, my man. Get some
Thank
sleep.
you so much. Will do.
Yes, sir.
Hey, tell your mom and dad we said hi.
Yeah.
Will do. All right.
All right, brother. All right, Blake.
Take it easy.
All right. See ya.
See ya. All right. There you go.
Prepare for us.
Yeah. There it is.
All right.
The man, the myth, the legend, Caleb Cantley.
Good
Uh,
kid.
Really good kid. I'm glad he came on.
Yeah.
Glad he
That
came
was
on.
fun.
That was good. That was good. I'm intrigued to hear how like he was really good. He was making sure he was wordy and he was very articulate and he was working real hard. I can't wait till he gets a little more comfortable
Sure.
coming on and
Yeah.
doing some stuff.
Oh, that he was a billion times more comfortable and better at that than I would have been at 14.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's finish up our portion of this thing.
Yeah, we only got one left.
We got comedy.
John Michael Montgomery.
Yep.
However many times you need to see me.
Yep.
What was what did we go? What did we watch?
Jeff Arcuri.
Jeff Arcuri. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Okay. And he does say that about 100 times when he introduces himself and talks to people.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll get started and we can talk. I need you to help me work this through.
Okay.
I don't think he was bad.
Mhm.
I was getting a little annoyed with he's a little annoying.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it's the way he talks, the way he says dude constantly, or what. Like, I'm not sure what it is about him. And does he think he's Matt Rife? Like, he apparently thinks everybody is there just because their wives want to come see him.
Yeah, it felt like he is this thing that like is pretty big that I don't know about yet.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's what it
Yeah.
felt like to me.
Like he has a pretty big. This was like an arena.
Yeah.
I-
And he did the circle stage.
Yeah, I didn't know
That's
who
like
he was.
that's big time. The circle stage is not an easy thing to work. You're not just an up and coming and hit the circle stage.
Exactly. Yes.
Um,
Yes. The 360. I mean, there's people surrounding you, which is weird for comedy, but yes.
yeah. We went to a show and watched Nate Bargatze do it.
That's right.
And
But
the
he's
guys
as big as it gets.
right, and he had no problem with it. The guys before him all talked about it.
Yeah.
How it was weird.
Yeah.
His openers were talking about that stage the whole time. Anyway, so we have to figure this out. So I can't, the whole time I couldn't get over I think it was dude. I think he said dude 457 times. Dude. I mean, dude, like, and I don't know, is he from New York? Sometimes it felt like there was a little New York kind of thing going on, sometimes not. He talks about himself a lot. I think he likes himself a lot.
Did he talk about himself? I'm trying to
Oh
think.
no, he made fun of himself mostly. A
Okay.
lot. He did that a lot.
Yeah.
But you could tell that it was all about like, I don't know. I can't, from the very beginning, I was having trouble.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I was in the same boat, and it was like a constantly moving scale. It felt like
Yeah.
he would do a couple of jokes and I'd be like, oh, this dude,
Yes,
okay, this
yes.
dude's funny. I'm catching on here.
Mhm.
This is good. And then he just like, I don't know, his voice or just like a combination of things. Maybe you're right. It was like kind of grating, kind of like, this is kind of annoying. And like, I had the same thing. I had trouble figuring out whether I liked him or not, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. Like, whether he's funny or not is one thing. Whether you like him or not makes a difference in whether you think he's funny or not.
Absolutely. Jim Gaffigan.
Jim Gaffigan. I like the guy. I think he's hilarious. You're not a fan.
He irritates me.
He irritates you. And that's the way it is. That's what I mean. So, and this was this was kind of the same way. It was hard to, I'm in 2 years or whatever it is. I'm hoping, somebody scratches his back and like really gets, that wasn't very good. It reminded me, never mind.
Right in the back, right in the spot you
Right
can't
in the
reach.
center.
Oh my God.
Thank God for that pen.
It didn't get it.
I gotcha.
Over. Up. There it is. Okay, thank you. Ooh,
All right.
it's much needed. Oh, that was ridiculous.
It is when it's driving you nuts. Okay. This guy's hard to figure out.
Yes.
It's hard to figure out.
But he was funny. You're right. There was funny jokes in there.
Here's the thing. Before we even move on to that,
Okay.
the only thing I wrote down, I put very silly, sometimes a little too much.
Yes, that's a good way. Yes, sometimes a little too silly. Yeah. Okay. Come on, lock in here, child.
Yeah.
I felt like he was a child.
You know
felt
what?
like a child.
That's true because he was like, he moved around and was like kind of jittery a little bit. And it was like, ooh, like I get like having energy, but it looks like there's almost like a problem or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just like a little bit too like jerking around sometimes
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's like a kid that couldn't like
Mhm.
contain himself.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Married to a bachelorette or something, I guess.
Yeah. I was expecting this like knockout drop dead.
I know. And he
Start
started
out there, and she was pretty, but it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think something different. I don't know.
that would be on the Bachelorette, like the smoke show or whatever. You would think. I don't know.
would think, yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, it was. I know this is
But
really
it
weird.
was funny. That's
It
the
was
hard
funny.
part. Is it was funny. He was good. Like crowd work was fantastic. He had some things set up ready to go, but he also did a lot of improvising, right? Like some of the crowd work stuff, like the one where when he asked if were you nervous when you asked her to marry her, and the guy was like, no. And he did a good job because that messed his little deal up, but he did a good job of playing off of it. And then eventually got himself to somebody else that was married who was very nervous. And he could tell his joke in the crowd work. I like crowd work that has a true ending. I like when guys, because that's not easy, because those kind of things happen where you don't get the answer you wanted. So you better have an answer for both things.
And make it smooth and make it look like you're just doing it off the top of your head. Yeah.
And then get on over to the joke that you want. Be prepared for not what you want answered, and then go find somebody that's going to give you your answer. I thought he was really good at that.
Yeah.
I thought he did good. I get the nice to meet you thing because, hi, what's your name? Richard. Nice to meet you, Richard. And that was okay. Well, let's just get on with the joke.
It's polite.
It is polite. He's a polite fellow.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was
Yeah, there were times that I liked him, and times where I was like, I don't know about this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it, but
I still think that he thinks a lot of himself too.
really,
I mean, he's talking about, it's your wife drug you guys out here. I can't get over that part. Like, it seems like he's like the women love him, and they made these guys come to the show to see him. But then he would talk about joking about but no, I'm not gay. And then he like talks about being in the urinal, and I'm like, if you ever did that kind of I'm punching you in your face in the middle of the bathroom.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I don't care if I know who
toward
you are. And then he was like, well, then I realized he didn't know who I was. Well, what? It doesn't, first off, it doesn't matter. Second off, why would that make it okay? And you're not big enough star to think that everybody's going to know who you are. So that's the little things where I was being torn.
Yeah. But also, like we were saying, like obviously he has an audience, like he has his own audience.
He does. He's got
because they filled a place and they knew who he was and they knew what he was about. And maybe if he has a big like female following, maybe it's because he's like so like bubbly and silly and like maybe it's so strange for how much we watch comedy and are aware of so many of the guys around, especially when they start getting big, to not know who this guy was.
And for a guy who's talking about being at the Comedy Cellar, and you of all people who hear every podcast who have every comedian's podcast on that brings people onto their podcast constantly, you would think he would have got on somewhere.
I know, and he might have been, and I just didn't realize it or something. Yeah, I don't listen to the podcast as much as I did. But yeah, I mean that might be the case where I just maybe I saw him somewhere and I was like, okay, another guy, and it didn't clock for me
Yeah.
or something. But I don't know. I mean, I went ahead and I guess his performance and what, how funny I thought he was outweighed the amount that I thought he was annoying or whatever.
I think so. I think so as well.
So I think my score reflects that.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps or not. I have no idea if we're going to be close or not on this.
I know where I have a score, and it's better than what people probably think it would be after I started talking about it. But like you said, he was good.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Count of three?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 2.9. Okay.
Oh, we weren't we were almost going off.
We were not close at all. I didn't think you were going that high.
I did.
After how many times I just gave out a couple 4s the last few weeks and you were below me, and you gave this dude a 3.7. All right. I like it. I like it.
You were 2.9?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. All right.
It was good. I'm not saying it was bad.
Mhm.
I don't know that I would be like, hey, go watch this guy.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking earlier. I can't wait for like in 2 years or whenever it is, he comes out with his next one.
Yeah.
Because I need to see more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
To really make
To get a 3.7 sounds like you saw all you needed to see.
But here's the thing. I feel like his next one, we could both have each other's scores on the next one. I have no idea. Or we both might.
You're right.
We both might be at a 4.3, or we both might be at a 2.2.
Yeah.
I have no idea yet.
It's hard to say. This guy's definitely it's definitely different.
Jury's out on this guy.
Jury's out. Jury's out.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, well, good. So we got to come up with next week's Mount Rushmore and next week's comedy.
All right.
Yep.
And so I have comedy. And
I know you are. You know yours already.
I usually do. You know what?
Wow.
I totally forgot to set that up, but shouldn't be a problem. I'll first check Netflix if I can get it running here.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Thanks.
I didn't see anything that popped up on mine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's another one that I'll tell you what. I'm gonna try YouTube because they're like I see less. It's easier to see new specials come up on Netflix than it is on YouTube, and sometimes there are some, just like the Patton Oswalt one a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Like neither one of us realized it until suddenly Patton Oswalt has a new special out on YouTube.
You know who has one? Who's the Wanda Sykes just came out with one not that long ago.
That's
that
right.
we kind of missed by.
All right. Wanda's gonna be the backup here.
Yeah, take a look. Take a look, and while you look, I am going to decide of what my Mount Rushmore is going to be. You know how many times I've wanted to do Mount Rushmore of light bulb styles, just because I always look at these lights, the style of light bulb,
Edison,
the spiral.
Soft white,
LED,
daylight, whatever
that is.
I love to go to like Home Depot and they have the little like display set up and you hit the button and see each one
how it lights up. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, well, I'm not getting any service down here
like normal.
But maybe some. All right, so I guess let's go, if I may steal it, Wanda Sykes.
Wanda
Sykes,
Psych
Out, I call it.
Psych Out.
We will update you on the actual name next week when we do it. Nope, in 3 weeks.
No, I'll be here next week.
Every single
You've been
week
trying to get me on vacation.
I've been trying to get rid of you.
You've been trying to get me on vacation for a month.
Like 6 months ago, you're like, at the end of August, I'm going on vacation. And I'm like, so it's February 14th. Are you going on vacation yet?
Oh, goodness.
I don't know what my problem is. All right. Wanda Sykes comedy.
I like it. That's good. Wanda Sykes is good, and let's do this for Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
I want to go with the Mount Rushmore of cards. Birthday card, anniversary card, get well soon card,
Greeting card.
greeting cards. There you go. Yeah. First communion. First birthday, second birthday, third birthday, fourth birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going the Mount Rushmore of greeting cards.
Okay. And I feel like, is this like wide open? Like if you, a style, an occasion,
a style, you got a specific one that you remember.
Mm-hmm. You got the papyrus, the ones with that
open up and jump at you.
Well, yeah, or they're just like, they're made with actual things on them, like they're topographical almost.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it.
We're wide open here.
As wide open as it gets.
I love that because one of my favorite things is to get people birthday cards in my family, and
I sit in that birthday card aisle for a minute reading birthday cards.
I take forever, but especially when it's like my close relatives, like from my brother,
The ones that matter.
I try to get the one that makes the least amount of sense. It's not gonna, if it's your birthday, you're not getting a birthday card.
Yes.
It's gonna be
I have done first communion cards for birthdays.
Yes. Thank you. It's a it's a sorry, get well soon from both of us from the retirement home. For your birthday. It's a happy bat mitzvah. It's a it's a sympathy card for losing your great grandmother for your birthday.
Yeah.
Right? It's
a tough one.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. I love to do those. My big thing now is getting the blank cards. If it's blank inside, I love the blank card.
Just sign your name.
I either put nothing, or I put one word that doesn't mean anything, or I put, if there's like it won't make any sense.
Galaxy.
Yeah, galaxy. Or there'll be like a picture of a duck on the front of it and nothing inside. And I'll just put duck, or I'll just put or
I'm using some of this.
Or like, what's
the
the deal with this guy? Or, I don't know. I
have a birthday party. We have a 25th birthday for Aaron's cousin's kid coming up on Saturday. And I'm going to the store tomorrow to find a card, and she will get a kick out of a card that will just be
less is more in these things.
I think you're right. Now that you're talking about the duck with an empty inside.
Duck, not a capital D, regular D, maybe put a period after it.
Yep. Duck. Yeah. Maybe a comma. Duck, comma.
Maybe a comma. And then they're like, and then what? All right. 100%. I love doing that.
Okay.
All right.
Do you sign it still?
No. I think it's even funnier if you don't sign it. Because look, they're gonna remember who it's from, huh?
I would think so.
I hope.
I would think so.
Yeah. I think it's funnier if you don't sign it.
Oh, I like that. That's good. Yeah. For sure.
Not a happy birthday.
Nothing.
Not a
love Adam. No.
Sometimes if it feels right, do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's got to feel right though.
Yeah. Like if it feels like a contact that's bothering you out of your eye or something like that, don't do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just
throw it back in.
If it feels good, if it feels like you got a little juice on that contact and it's gonna fit right there, then sign it.
I love it. Love it. All right, that sounds good. I'm doing that for this birthday this weekend.
Do it.
All right, so there we go. So we've got Mount Rushmore greeting cards and Wanda Sykes on Netflix. Until next time, don't forget to turn your headlights on.